Before my talk, I hope you're kind of understanding because actually this presentation was supposed to be delivered by the mobile operator KT or SKT, but now they are extremely busy to switch on the 5G network in few days, so they asked me to deliver their message to instead. So I hope you're understanding. Okay, since actually I prepared several slides, but some part of the message was already delivered to my colleague in the day one or morning session. So I would like to say additional information rather than repeating some concept. So actually today, this morning, the Korean 3 operator announced they will start commercial service the day after tomorrow, December 1st. But from December 1st, they will start for 5G service for business users. So enterprise, something like that, using mobile router type devices. And from March 1st, they will provide the service for personal users. And initial time, they will, from December 1st, they provide service in Seoul and 6 major cities. And later, maybe March, that will be expanded to 82 medium and small scale cities. So that is a commercial service plan. So regarding spectrum, you already mentioned, I will not repeat. And 3 operators already announced their infra vendors. So for KT and SKT, Samsung, Nokia, and Ericsson will provide infrastructures. And for LG U+, Samsung, Nokia, and Huawei will provide 5G infra. So I think that is the current status. And maybe many of you know that Samsung is #1 in mobile station, but they are also doing some infra business, especially for 5G. They pay many effort to raise their strengths, and they are doing good business now in USA, maybe UK, and sometime later in Japan as well. And I remember that a few weeks ago, the president of Samsung Infra Division said that they will have 20% of 5G market, 5G infrastructure market. So it's a very aggressive plan. And I think that so far many infra vendors like Ericsson, Nokia, Huawei, GT, Fujitsu, anything, blah, blah, blah. Among them, I think only Samsung and Huawei can supply 5G terminal and infra together. So let's see what will happen in the 5G battle. Okay, this is spectrum. Also, the basic auction money or the band was delivered already. So I'd like to say something about that. Officially in 3.5G, we identified 3.4 to 3.7, so 300 megahertz. But now the government are planning to extend further up to 3.7 to 4.2, and later 4.4 to 5.0. So we have some plan to extend this spectrum band. And regarding 28 gigahertz, we identified 3 gigahertz bandwidth, and currently 2.4 gigahertz was allocated to 3 operators. For remaining 600 megahertz, waiting for potential new mobile operators in Korea. So still, there are some effort to become to join, but not yet decided. But maybe in future, there's some possibility that the fourth operator can join. And regarding 28, someone concerned about it, that there's not the WRC-19 candidate list. But I think I'd like to say that in the middle of that band is aligned with the USA spectrum allocation. And the right side, 2 gigahertz, also overlap with Japanese allocation. So we found that roughly 500 million potential subscribers can use this band 28. So we can have our own ecosystem for. And another thing is that in the lower part is also actually this lower part is the part of 26 gigahertz that is widely adopted in worldwide, including Europe. So I think we can say 28 gigahertz effectively globally adopted band. Okay, next one is the KT is plan regarding 5G. So as you may know that the 5G is not only a mobile system, so but also some kind of catalyzer for service to other verticals. So now the operators are very keen to select what will be the potential big vertical industries. And the KT selected 4 areas, so immersive media, connected car, smart manufacturing, and drone. Of course, there are many other areas, but at initial stage, they selected 4 areas. For example, the immersive media, this is just an example. They already showed this kind of service during Pyeongchang Olympic game, using 360 degrees UHD services. So this kind of service has 2 challenges. One is the data rate, because 360 camera need roughly 3 or 5 times more traffic than single point of view camera. So it requires much higher bandwidth. And second is that this kind of VR or AR device or service need very low latency of few milliseconds. So this kind of service cannot be done by 4G. So that is the background of the 5G service, focusing on VR first. So that is one example, and maybe similar to other operators, but KT tried to become the platform providers, or in other words, P2P2X provider. So using this kind of platform, they like to support or they like to join vertical services. Next few slides are come from SK Telecom. Overall target is similar, but for in specific area they have some different approach. So regarding radio access, of course the 5G include both LTE evolution and NR. NR has below 6, above 6. But maybe in previous speaker said that the 5G NR with 3.5 GHz can provide similar coverage than LTE with 1.8 or 2.6, owing to the 32 TRX or 64 TRX. So regarding coverage, I think no big problem. And also someone concerned about the coverage of the millimeter wave. Of course, the coverage is limited, but according to our measurement, more than 6% of traffic are generated indoors. That means already many traffics are provided by small cell. So I think considering that, the shorter coverage of millimeter wave will not have a big impact on the capacity support in 5G services. Okay, I think this is also similar view of most of operators. Single network, including multiple radio access technology, but providing several industries. Like I think this is the mission of the all mobile operators. From SK Telecom point of view, they focus on the autonomous vehicles like a service first. So they are trying several trial and tests already. In Korea, we have 2 big autonomous car test sites. One is called KCT in the west part of Seoul. The other one is called Zero City in the south part of Seoul. So in this facility is a very wide area, like 363,000 square meters, very wide areas. So in this test site is just for test, so we can evaluate 3.5, 28 cars and a truck, etc. So we can test several. So at this facility, SK Telecom already showed autonomous vehicle, platooning, etc. Okay, I think this is the end of my slide. So already the POSI can support very flexible and simplified architecture, but rather dedicated hardware and static configuration and simple policy. But in 5G, through utilizing the SDN NFV and then the network slicing concept, so it's a virtualized and programmable configurations and intelligent management will be possible. So I think these are the current status, and I can say that we are not in pre-commercial stage, we are on commercial stage. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.